1FM.
It is 10 hours 1 in Guyana and right across the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning to you and welcome to your morning newscast for today's Sunday, April 10th, 2022. My name is Joshua Van Slegman, and without further ado, we get to the news in details. ExxonMobil has presented the Environmental Protection Agency with a proposal for a $2 billion guarantee which would cover any oil spill costs not satisfied by its subsidiary and operator of the Stabroek Block, Esso. But the EPA has chosen not to accept this offer as yet until ExxonMobil can justify how it arrived at the $2 billion guarantee for a worst-case scenario offshore Guyana. This was revealed by EPA head Kemraj Parsram. And maintaining that he is within his legal right to file court action against the government of Guyana over its decision to grant ExxonMobil and its affiliates extensive tax waivers, Kaieteur News publisher Glenn Lal has told the High Court that the concessions granted to oil companies amounts to a massive loss of revenue for Guyana. As such, Lal is arguing to have the government's decision to grant the concession overturned by the court. The government has already filed a response through the Office of the Attorney General defending its decision to grant the tax waivers. Among other things, the government has said that Lal has no right to file the action since the agreement it has with the oil company is a matter of private law. The Guyana National Fisherfolk Organization believes that the local fishing and oil and gas industries can coexist. The organization believes that the country can safely develop its oil and gas sector while at the same time ensuring the protection of the environment and locals who may become affected by the activities of the oil company's operation offshore Guyana. To do this, however, the fishing industry group insists that only necessary studies, data, and enforcement of environmental laws will allow for cohabitation of the two sectors. Chairman of the organization, Parshwar Jai Narain, said that the organization continues to await important fish studies promised by the Ministry of Agriculture to determine the decline in fish numbers. The cost for the new Demerara River Bridge could cost more than $43 billion than the previous bridge, as government remains in talks with another Chinese contractor to design, finance, and build a four-lane structure after terminating negotiations with the lowest bidder earlier this year. But as several aspects of the bridge remains blanket by controversy, the Guyana Association of Professional Engineers has made it clear that local engineers are capable of designing such a structure which may reduce the price tag of the project. President of the association, Mrs. Stuart Hughes, explained that based on reports he has seen, there are several aspects of the bridge which must be considered. He was keen to note that in the absence of an actual requirements from the government, he understands that the administration is seeking a hybrid bridge with box T-beam grinder spans, with the main span is going to feature a cable stay structure. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. A businessman whose guns police recently seized was an April 1 last charged for causing grievously bodily harm to his daughter and using threatening language towards her at the same time. The police force's disciplinary body has launched a probe into the conduct of its rank that dealt with the very matter. The businessman was released on $300,000 and $100,000 bail on respective assault charges. It is understood that the assault took place on March 25th, reportedly inside of the businessman's store. He was captured on camera, cuffing, slapping, and stamping his daughter to the ground in the presence of his employees. In 2019, a contractor was awarded a contract by the Maritime Administration Department to rehabilitate the M.L. David P. vessel to the tune of $12.9 million. A year later, the Auditor General, D.N. Sharma, in his 2020 report, highlighted that the contractor was paid the full contract sum in advance for the rehabilitation and docking of that vessel, while there was no proof of the status of the works. After being flagged by the AG, Mara had recently issued an invitation for bids seeking a contractor to rehabilitate the same vessel at an estimated cost of $19.5 million. Also, Mara is looking to rehabilitate 3 other vessels, the M.L. Thompson for an estimated cost of $24.9 million and the barge Simang for $148.8 million and a split barge for $49.6 million. And finally, at this time, traffic was held up along Cemetery Road, Georgetown on Saturday as motorists witnessed a man believed to be a taxi driver beating a Spanish-speaking woman and forcing her into his car. The incident reportedly took place at 14 hours in the vicinity of the Cemetery Road Bridge. A female eyewitness had reportedly stepped out of her vehicle to intervene, but when she tried, the man attempted to run her over with his car before driving away in the direction of Back Road. Fearful that it could end deadly for the woman, some of the eyewitnesses visited Kaieteur to relate the incident. They had managed to take a photo of the car before it drove off and described it as a white Toyota Allion with license plate HD2435. The matter has been reported to the police and ranks are on the lookout for the vehicle. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Allow me to remind you that you can get the full details of these stories and much more by picking up a copy of the Kaieteur News at a newsstand near you or head across to our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com. My name is Joshua Van Sleckman. Thank you for joining us. Have a great remainder of your Sunday morning, and reminding you that your Week in Review comes up immediately after this, whereby on the Week in Review, we recap all the top stories we would have carried over the past week.